I'm going to talk about solvency ratios. And solvency ratios look at a number of things, but perhaps the most pertinent one is the debt. So let me introduce something called insolvency to you. And many of you may have heard of insolvency. Technical insolvency is when the liabilities of a company exceed the value of the assets. So if the liabilities are, let's say, $2 million dollars and the assets are only worth $1 million dollars, that company is what we call technically insolvent. Now, legally in South Africa, if you are technically insolvent as a company, you are meant to stop trading. That is the law. And as soon as the directors, as the officials within the company become aware of it, they should stop trading. But there's another form of insolvency that we don't focus on, but that is even more important, I would argue. That is operational insolvency. And operational insolvency is a situation where a company cannot pay its creditors when the money they owe becomes due and payable. And those creditors, those people the company owes money to, initiate liquidation proceedings. So operational insolvency is very prevalent on the African continent because especially with your small and medium-sized companies, they frequently have cash flow problems. So they cannot pay their creditors as and when those funds become due. Now, you can have a situation where a company's assets are actually higher than its liabilities. If it doesn't have the cash to pay its creditors when the money becomes due and payable, it is operationally insolvent. So a company can be technically solvent, but because it doesn't have enough cash to pay its creditors, it's actually liquidated because they've got significant cash flow problems. And they're liquidated due to not technical insolvency, but operational insolvency. The solvency ratios are going to look at that dynamic. The levels of debt and the degree to which companies can make good on debt levels, service them, pay them back so that they don't run into financial problems.